very good afternoon. Welcome back here again live on YouTube with the remainder of race day number 2 in the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship, brought to you by Lutech Racing. We're up for the Stock 1000 category. They are also doing their last race of the 2019 season. As we, if you have been with us in the footage of the Stock 100, you have seen our 1000 stock champion Christopher Bergman taking there the full 25 points in the 600 categories. He had already clinched the title in Grobnik, demolished the bike during the EWC races, so he did not have his stock bike available, but took the 600 out, and now it is for the rest of the field to determine who's going to finish second. But I think if I've done my mathematics right, that has been clinched by his teammate from the Wojciech Racing team, Kamil Kremian, who unfortunately did not score points in Grobnik due to a injury. Nevertheless, with his points from yesterday and the absence of Arnoud Friedrich in second position, he is on a total of 145 points and therefore taking the second position in the championship. Yesterday's race gave a win to a local home favorite, also owning the track school here and has been here for a while. We're really happy to have him back, Michael Villa. He is testing the new BMW 1000 RR here on the track, and it has proven to be a really good machine because he pulled away at least 8.2 seconds to the number 2 slot yesterday on the track, which was Kamil Kremian. Third place went to the Suzuki of Hungarian Matelacko. And that's also a bit of a fight between Michael Prasek from the Czech Republic and the Hungarian Matelacko. They're almost tied together in the third position there for 92 points for Michael Prasek, and Latsko is 93 points. And then we have Marek Skopek, who is even on points with, if I see it well here, together with Thomas Svitok. So some other fights still being in the rest of the field. Looking at the number 321 here on screen from David Bozic on the Yamaha with the bright yellow colors here in your screen. On your screen, sorry for that. He'll be looking at the grid, which is of course the times added up from qualification and for the race 1 results. And we'll see a hometown favorite, Michael Villa, depart from pole position with Matelacko with the Suzuki with the second time set, and therefore second position on the first row. Then Kamil Kremian. Then Michael Prasek, Marek Skopek. Brother will be next up in the Superbike. Two brothers still racing one another. Still debating who's the best rider, especially in the rain. That's always the case with brothers, of course, racing. Artur Lepski, second starting row for Wagner Heiko. Thomas Svitok, which we mentioned earlier. Daniel Bukowski. Florian Hustler. David Bozic, who we just saw, and Jaroslav Chesny is the 12th rider on the grid on the 4th row. A bit of a small field here at the moment, Mislav. Yeah. Well,
Yes,
what do we do to get more 1000 stock riders in? That's actually the question.
Yeah, a lot of guys switch to the superbikes.
Yeah, but it's a good competition. The bikes are competitive. You see, the lap times are almost identical to the superbikes.
Yes, of course it's only a slight difference in time between them, but it's hard to say why are there only such few riders here.
Yeah.
But just to say, it's always an expensive category, the 1000s, especially nowadays when you have a lot of electronics involved. So it's easier probably for the guys to go into the superbikes, you know, because those small things you can change make their lives easier.
Different tire rules, of course.
Of course. So It's hard to say. Last year we had a bit of a different situation. This year the situation switched, so it's definitely hard to say.
Could be completely the other way around next year.
Exactly. The things vary, and that's actually the thing, you know. Of course, it would be nice to have 3 guys in each category, and that is the goal, to have a full grid, to have the capacity of the track filled up until the last spot. So we have to work on it and encourage more riders to come and take participate into this championship. As you mentioned, this is the Superstock 1000 race, second race of the weekend for them. It will be a 12-lap race, and of course we expect a lot of excitement. We are still waiting for Michal Prasek to wake up and regain his momentum, which he lost when he crashed out with Fila. Fila managed to recuperate, but Prasek, it seems that he is still struggling a bit. He's not so much aggressive as he was before.
It's like what Michael Fila said, it takes a while to get the confidence back, especially, you know, communicating after such a heavy injury, such a heavy fall. Some of them, you know, step over it quite well. Others, you know, if you've got some physical disabilities, it's always difficult to regain the trust of the bike.
Yes, but you have to keep in mind that these are not such young riders as they were before, you know, and as you get older, it's more difficult to overcome those difficulties in your head.
To whom do you think you're talking? You know, we're still a bit of a difference in age, you know, so I know what the feeling is like getting older, my friend. It is.
Of course. So that's the point. It's you have more things in your mind. You are thinking about a lot of things. About going to work on Monday.
Yeah, that's true. But these guys, you know, it is, you know, if you're on the bike, you want to get the maximum out of it, and it's also difficult, you know, getting back into the rhythm you were used to do before, and especially when your body is not responding in the same way as it used to do before. It's that moment where you either decide whether to quit or to enjoy what you still got left. And it's different for all of them. And if you can see, like Michael Fila right now, he's back on pace again. He's just, although he's 37, yeah, he's not the youngest of the whole field, but nevertheless still capable of getting back into the rhythm anyway.
Yes, of course, it varies from rider to rider, but most definitely it becomes harder as the years go by.
Unless your name is Valentino Rossi, then it's a different ball game.
Then you stop the time and
don't get older.
Don't get older, and
yeah, stay 16 years old. Yeah, it's a bit of a mentality thing, I think, also as well.
Of course.
Between the years.
We are now 1 minute till the warm-up lap.
We're looking at Kamil. Unfortunately, we're missing out on Arnoud Friedrich from the team LRP Poland. Not defending his second position in the championship. He had a win in Slovakia in the first race and finished on the rostrum on about 4 occasions after that one, with another 4th place to prove his consistency.
So the warm-up lap is on.
Curious to see what the Suzuki of Matalatsko can do. They were quite quick off the line in the race number 1. Involved in the battle. Everything behind the back of Michael Fila was able to pull away quite easily. First time out for him this season on the new BMW. Of course, a new bike, quite easy to handle, as he told me, especially when you, for instance, come from the Superstock category, Super Sports, then it is quite easy to get used to. Of course, a lot of electronics nowadays also within the BMW, although fine-tuning is still a bit of an issue. A lot of riders internationally are trying to set up those bikes for next season to be competitive again with the BMW of course, a value within all championships so far. We got a nice mixture, and good to see that we have the Suzukis, the Yamahas here, and even the Soul Aprilia, I think, is on the grid. Kawasaki from Florian Husler, with the caddy of Daniel Bukowski, and the Aprilia. There is Wagner Heiko. That's the one with the Aprilia RSV4. Still a beautiful machine.
Yes,
not been
so
raced that
competitive, but beautiful machine.
And an incredible sound as well. Yesterday, was it, day before in the training, where we heard the RSV just pass here our commentary booth. It's a distinctive sound, so always easy to spot.
So we are at the end of the warm-up lap. Riders are approaching their positions, and it'll be race on in a couple of moments.
Always those moments of tension just before the start. Also a lot of volunteers here alongside the track of the here in Most driving, helping out with the starting procedures. Green flag is there.
Everything is set. We are waiting for our lights.
Well, that's a bit early on the gas. The light's not on yet. There we go. And we're off.
Off they go. Again, Fila has an excellent start.
And Latsko seems to be able to slide into the second spot, or is it Kamil?
No, it's Kremien is on the second place.
Kamil Kremien, yeah. Latsko third with the Suzuki. Number 14. And you see the sunlight already getting a bit lower on the horizon, giving some difficulties to the camera people along the track. But a great start again for the number 55 of Michael Fila for the BMW Sicora Motorsport squad. Pick him up again. Full concentration. Trying to make the difference already in these first few corners. We're underneath the bridge. Going toward the second part of this 4,212 meter long track. 21 corners to handle with. Total of 9 left, and the rest is right. 12 corners to the right.
Into the final corner we go. It's still number 55, Michal Fila, leading the pack in front of Kamil Kremien.
Matellasco is having some difficulties here with the Suzuki on the straight. Let's have a look. It's Mark Skopek who's on the hunt, and Skopek has come for third. We saw him having a better exit from the last corner. Used every inch of the power available, every inch of his throttle pulled up widely. So Prasek from the Roek Vegeta Motor Racing squad now into third position. Well, let's get back to the start once more and see what the whole shot was for Michael Fila. Matellasco wheeling it tiny a little bit. Kamil Kremien on the inside. Also having difficulties keeping the front wheel on the tarmac. Braking late, sliding the rear wheel into corner number 1. Taking the tighter line and nicking it off Matellasco. All behind Michael Fila, of course, who was able to get away cleanly. Supposed to go back live. There we are again.
Fila still didn't break away completely. He was 1 second faster in the last lap. We'll see how it goes this time. Over the line is Fila. Is 136.9 compared to 138.0 of Kremien and 137.7 of Skopek. 38.4 is Latsko, and all others are above the 140 mark from Heiko Prashek, Bukovski, Pilepski, Svitok, Božic, and Szczesny. Sorry, Svitok went 139.927, just slightly under the 140 benchmark, but this is...
We have to give him some credit for it.
Yes, but this is on the 9th position.
Nevertheless, we are concentrating on the fight for the second position because it was really quite close, only within 5.5 of a second between Kamil Kremien and Marek Skopek. Both Polish riders fighting it out for second and third position here on the track. With the Hungarian Mate Latsko in pursuit on the Suzuki with the number 14.
So,
there they are.
Skopek and Kremien. This will be a fight for the second place. Skopek was faster in the last lap for 0.3 of a second. We'll see what is the difference now. They come over some finish line.
See Marek Skopek fully concentrating on the Yamaha in front of him. Supposedly two identical bikes, but always a bit of a difference in setup. Better exit for the last corners for Kremien.
Again, Skopek is faster, but didn't quite catch him. Only a couple of tenths in between them.
Heiko Wagner with the Aprilia still in 5th position. Good start for the race for him. For Artur Wilipski. Then Daniel Bukowski. Thomas Svitak now in the 8th position. 9th for Prasek. Michael Prasek. He's not having it his way today.
Yes, he's not so much in the rhythm. Yesterday there was a party.
Ah, that's it.
At one part of the box, so maybe that's the consequences from that.
Say no more, say no more. That's what they say with Monty Python, and we'll repeat it in their honors.
Back to the fight for the second place. It's still Kamil Kremien in front of Marek Skopek and Mate Latsko, who is trying to stay behind. But Latsko is struggling a bit, although he has the pace.
38.1 for Mate Latsko. And he has been able to do sub 38, so still a little bit to be found there. That's that fight for second. Skopek still in the hunt, but losing out on him every time he exits the last corner. Tries to make it up on the braking again into the first corner, which helps Latsko. Now with a 38.01, closing down, 0.7 of a second's difference between the fight for second and third.
He's trying, but not enough. Only a couple of tenths in between them. A couple of hundredths of a second was the difference in the last lap between Kremien and Skopek.
It's a nice three-way battle. Six-wheeler here for second, third, and fourth position in this Superstock race, final race of the season 2019, with the crown already given away to Christopher Bergman. Nevertheless, the team honors being represented by Kamil Kremien, taking second position in the championship for that same team, confirming the success they've had so far. And a bit of good luck Kamil could use after his crash in Rijeka.
So Phil away in the front. Round 5, 6 seconds is his difference.
It looks like a little bit of a better exit now for Marek. Skopek closing in on the braking again. Not close enough to launch an assault so far.
It's still very close. Latsko holding on for bare life here in this fight for the podium.
No, there is a bit of a difference in body language by Mate Latsko. He's still going for full 100%. And if you're looking at the lap times, he's done a sub 38 now. 1:37.960. So he has regained his composure. And the hunt now for Marek Skopek in third.
We're back with the leader. He's now over 5.5 seconds in the lead. And then behind him is this group of three. It's Kremien, Skopek, and Latsko.
Bit of a status quo right now. Nobody's actually planning on doing the attack, or was Latsko taking a different approach towards this corner? The last two corners, definitely getting an advantage in the corner speed he's been able to create with the Suzuki. Pushing it up right now. Two Yamahas in front of him.
A couple of tenths faster, a couple of tenths slower. That's the situation for the second place battle between Kremien and Skopek.
Also a nice fight going on track between Wagner Heiko with the Aprilia in 5th position and Artur Wilepski on the Yamaha in 6th position. Only 0.6 of a second difference between the two of them.
So still waiting for Skopek to make a distinctive move. 5.5 laps to go in this Superstock 1000 race. Still no changes, although it looks that they are closing down on each other in the corners.
Yeah, I think the last sequence of this track is one of the stronger ones for Camille. Being able to just get the right approach towards the last corner. Take enough speed with him. Here, there we go. Again with that right-hander, the double right-hander there. Taking as one, and then the second one. Although Mark has probably copied his line, he's a bit closer than he was the lap before. Not close enough to really get into the draft, but difference on start-finish line. 0.8, not much. Is it even less? Oh, 0.2 actually. Is Mate Latsko 0.6 of a second behind. So the whole threesome of the second, third and fourth position within 6/10 of a second. So it is closing in. Difficult to see here, but it is definitely on the timesheet. It is closing in.
Slight differences still between them, as there have been all race. Who will take the leap of faith and try to speed up his pace.
You see Marek Skopek trying to squeeze everything out of it, trying to upright the machine as soon as possible after exiting the corner.
Still Kraikam.
Sorry,
still
he's crowned,
Kremien.
yeah. We forgot to mention that of course, because due to the red flag situation in our Alpe Adria Cup 1000, that the outcome of the championship was a bit uncertain, but Robbie Kraikam went to the third slot, third step on the rostrum, therefore was crowned champion of the season 2019 in the Alpe Adria Cup 1000, just to get the message across. We were talking about it earlier, but Michael Villa, of course, still a demanding lead of 7.5 seconds here in this second race of the weekend here in Most, the Czech Republic, race number 2. And Marek Skopik, the number 33, doing everything he can to get closer to Kamil Kremien. Yeah, Poland again, Poland, with the Hungarian rider in close pursuit.
3.5 laps to go still. We're coming slowly but surely to the end of this Superstock 1000 race, which will be followed by the Superbikes. So stay with our broadcast until the end. A lot to come still, ladies and gentlemen, from Autodrom Most. Kremien holding on to his position so smooth, so nice, keeping it easy, not taking any chances.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be forcing too much. Lap time still, you know, fast enough to keep them at bay. 38.4. Losing a bit more ground to Michael Villa, who's able to do still 37s.
3 laps to go.
It is Kremien, and we looked at it, and he set his personal best now at a 37.964, and therefore created a tiny little gap between himself, a 0.5 of a second difference between Kremien and Skopek. So, but also 38.1. I think we got with 2.5 laps to go. No certainty whatsoever what the outcome will be of this second race.
The smallest mistake can cost any rider his position, because they are so tight in this group of 3, from the second to the 4th place in the standings. Skopek trying to build up momentum, but with a small difference between him and Kremien, it's close to impossible to equalize the rhythm. Into the final corner they go. And it will be now 2 laps to go. Villa goes over the start and finish line with his time 1:38.2. He has slowed down slightly. 1:38.8 for Kremien and 1:38.6 for Skopek. Latsko is on 1:38.4, so
he's the fastest one of the 3 out there.
yes, the battle is heating up. Maybe we'll have some unexpected changes in those 2 laps, which are still to go in this final Superstock 1000 race in the year 2019.
It's a bit of a yo-yo effect. They're like a harmonica, just closing in and stretching out, but it's Latsko who's closing in on Skopek at the moment. That's visually the closest he has been behind Marek for a long, long time.
But still, when they go to this back part of the track, Skopek manages to break away.
Probably more focusing on the rider in front of him instead of defending backwards toward Mate, but he should know he's there.
Latsko trying hard. He knows he hasn't got much time left. It's Villa who is entering the final lap at this right moment.
Close.
So Kremien is trying to break away with a 1:38.0 comparing to Skopek's 1:38.3, and Latsko's 138.17.
Still not much in it. Whoa, Skopek having difficulty getting the power onto the tarmac. That will play into the hands of Matalatsko, who is really closing in right now.
We are in the final lap. Once more. Undisturbed Michal Fila taking it home. Taking 25 points and securing his place in the history of the Alpe Adria Championship with one victory more. He's a bit way down in the order in the overall standings, but we know his quality and we are sure that for next year he'll be back even stronger. And here goes Michal Fila over the start and finish line to take another victory.
25 points brings him up to 115 total.
And it's Karenian who takes the second place in front of Matalatsko, and Skopek is on the fourth place at the end. We missed it.
Yeah, we saw Matalatsko really getting into the rear wheel of Marek Skopek before he disappeared around the horizon. And we went to our leader Michal Fila, but in the meanwhile Latsko took advantage of that tiny little mistake Marek Skopek made coming out of that corner. He went on to gas a little bit too early. Rear wheel stepped out. He lost a tiny little bit of momentum. Here the riders just congratulating one another, sportingly as ever. Kubitzki also there, of course. Start and finish line there. Go through the rest of the top 10 after Skopek in fourth position. It is Daniel Bukowski who finally put his Ducati in fifth position for Wagner Heiko with the Aprilia from Germany. In sixth position, Artur Bilipski also on the Yamaha in seventh slot. Michael Prasek finished in eighth position. Thomas Svitok in ninth, and the top 10 was completed by David Bozic. And now Jaroslav Szczesny has been completing, while we have lost Florian Hüssler. Unfortunately wasn't able to get the Kawasaki going. Okay, that's another one.
Yes, it's a wrap, and
it's a wrap.
We'll be now taking a short break, ladies and gentlemen, and we are continuing our program with the strongest category of our championship, the Superbikes.
We'll be back.